Hey guys, nice to see you again, and welcome to the new episode of Max Sensei's online English lesson. Thank you for joining me, and today we are going to be talking about psychology. And I know that that's a difficult word. Everyone, please repeat after me. Psychology. Good. Okay, so psychology means the study of the mind and human behavior. It's how people act, how people get their personality. And psychology has a very wide range of topics. And today we're going to talk about the psychology of social gatherings. You know, events, festivals, people getting together and focusing on something similar, and how behavior changes in social gatherings. I think this is a pretty interesting topic. I really like studying psychology. I hope you enjoy it. But if it's too difficult, we can talk about it a little bit, or you can ask me any question you want anytime with email or anything like that. I look forward to seeing your guys' responses to the question. The reason I picked this topic is because it's been a really long time since any of us have been in a big social gathering. We didn't have summer festivals. We didn't go to concerts. We didn't have any events or really do anything because of, the current corona situation and the lockdown and social distancing and things like that. So this topic was really interesting because I found out that social gatherings are actually very healthy for human behavior and like peace of mind and being like reducing your stress. So basically, Corona has given the world a lot of stress and pressure, but after studying this, I realized that the stress could also be because we can't meet in large groups. Anyway, let's listen to the article. Of course, if you click on the link below, or you can comment. Also in the link, you can see all the questions and the vocabulary as well. Please try to read along. Some of my students, they print out the article and then they can read along while listening to me. Okay, let's get started. The psychology of social gatherings. On a warm afternoon, in the middle of a humid day in August, I make my way to Kisarazu to join the Obon festival. The main street is filled with food stalls, games for children. People dress up in traditional Japanese summer clothes, holding festival food and drinking beer. From the look on people's faces, everyone is having a good time. At the Obon festival, it's easy to hear people laughing, kids playing, and people cheering at the festival shows. As the sun goes down, the festival goers gather at Kisarazu Port and watch a brilliant fireworks show, everyone enjoying the same event, together, feeling the same joy. Being in a crowd may have a positive impact on people's well-being, and some psychologists are studying their effects on people's lives. Stephen Riker, a psychologist from the University of St. Andrews, says that crowds are critical to society and they help form our sense of who we are. They help form our relationships to others. This means that being in a large group can change your personality and behavior. It changes the way you act. Think of a time when you were at a big event and you saw someone having trouble. For example, they dropped their bag or they bumped into someone. Psychologists say that you are more likely to help someone at a big social event than if you were just seeing it alone in public. This happens a lot because people at large events are all sharing the experience together and they feel like they all belong to the same group. So they're willing to help each other. The psychologists who studied people's health from large events like music festivals, religious ceremonies, parades, sports games, and other events, said that even months after joining a large event, people reported a 10% increase in their health, including feeling less pain in their body, less stress, more energy than usual. But why would being at a large event have this improvement? Psychologists believe that when you're alone, you are in competition with the people around you. It is me versus them. However, at a large event, you change your thinking, and now you are in cooperation with those around you. In your mind, you become we instead of I. Everyone is more willing to achieve their goals in a way that they couldn't manage alone. On the way to the festival in Kisarazu, on the train, everyone was watching their phones, not looking at each other, not looking or talking to each other. People were hurriedly stepping off the train, not noticing the older people struggling to disembark. Even on the walk to the festival, I felt like it was me versus them. However, once at the festival, people were laughing and talking to each other. A child dropped his choco banana, and the food stall worker gave him another one for free. Someone dropped their hand towel, but another person picked it up and gave it back to them. Kids were cheering with each other to scoop goldfish out of a small pool of water. Everyone became we and had a very good time enjoying the festival. All right. That's the article talking about the psychology of social gatherings. What did you think? And I want to know, like, if you feel like you become we in social gatherings. I know, American culture, we love big social gatherings, but Japan likes social gatherings too. And I wonder if the psychology of Americans' behavior and Japanese behavior is similar or different. Let me know what you think. Let's look at some new vocab words, and we'll look at a couple questions too. So vocab word number 1 is humid. You probably know this word. In summertime, the weather gets very humid in Japan. Humid means weather which has a high level of water in the atmosphere. So it gets very wet, in Japanese you say mushiatsui. But humid is weather which has a high level of water in the atmosphere. Next is goers. So this means a person who attends a place or event. Someone who goes to that place is a goer. So I said in the article, I said festival goers. So people who go to a festival are festival goers. Next is psychologists, an expert or specialist in the study of the human mind and behavior. Someone who is a professional at psychology is a psychologist. Next is competition, a contest in which people attempt to gain or win something. In the article, I talked about when you're by yourself in public, so not in a group or anything like that, and you feel like you are in competition with the people around you. It's me versus them. We are competing to gain something. And finally, disembark. Disembark means to leave a ship, airplane, or train. So in the article, I talked about older people who walk a little slower to disembark the train, but other people are rushing to get off the train, and it creates a dangerous, sometimes dangerous situation. All right, and finally we have our questions. Let's look at question number 1. Have you ever experienced being in a big crowd at a large event? What was it? I'm sure everyone has been to a very large event. So please tell me, try to think of the largest event you have ever been to. Or just your favorite large event is also okay. It's up to you. Question number 2. Do you agree with the benefits of going to large events? So the article talked about some benefits like better for your health, lowers your stress, you cooperate with other people, you have a sense of joy, you share your behavior with everyone. Do you agree? Do you think that's true? And let me know your reasoning. Number 3. What are some dangers of being in large crowds? What are some dangers in being in large crowds? Let me know. Let me know like any kind of dangerous situations or anything like that. If you yourself had something like were in a dangerous situation in a large crowd or something like that. Number 4. What kind of social events do you like to go to? Big or small, both are okay to talk about. So in question 1, I asked you if you've ever been to a big crowd or large event, and maybe you can talk about the biggest or largest event you've ever been to. But number 4 is what kind of social events do you like to go to? And you can focus on small events with just friends, like a house party or tea time or something like that. Or you can focus on big events or performances or something. And the last question, number 5, says, what activities do you like to do when you are alone? So this is a completely opposite question to today's article. Today's article is all about being in a big group or big events. But now I'm asking you, when you're by yourself at home, at the library, something like that, when you're by yourself, what do you like to do? I'll answer one of these questions. So the question I want to answer is number 1, have you ever experienced being in a big crowd at a large event, and what was it? So as you know, I really like music, and the biggest event I think I ever went to was a concert in San Francisco. There is a really, really famous music band called the Rolling Stones. And they were really popular in the late 60s, 70s, 80s. They have been famous for 30 or 40 years. And they played a show at this huge stadium in San Francisco. And I was really lucky that I got tickets to go to the event. And it was a really amazing experience. It was fun to hear the Rolling Stones music, and I felt like everyone in the stadium was focused on the band, enjoying the music. We all were there to have fun and celebrate good music and the Rolling Stones. So that's the question I wanted to answer. I'm looking forward to all of your answers. Please go ahead and send me an email, line message, YouTube comment, anything you'd like, and I'll be sure to answer it as quickly as I can. And yeah, I look forward to hearing from you. And I understand, I'm very sorry. I know right now is Corona and it's lockdown and we can't meet each other. And this subject is all about meeting people and being in big groups. And I'm sorry if I made you feel sad that we can't meet, but I really hope that in the future, we'll get a good vaccine, everything will calm down, we can start going out in public and enjoying social events again. And at that time, I would love to have a nice social outing with all my wonderful students and people who watch this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm looking forward to all your comments. See you.